Catch your breath, they're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Let go, set me free. Got the streets all I need. They're going higher and higher, higher and higher. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Oh, keep running. Reach out, reach out.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Jared Goff's Rams going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Rams. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Good move by Todd Gurley. Wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 73 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. The first play from scrimmage? Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second down following the run. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
On third down, here's Bell. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Before this next offensive drive gets going, you know, we still have 2 0-6 teams in the NFL, the 49ers and the Browns, and you're looking at me because I know you made a prediction that one of these 2 teams would win this past week.
Yeah, we had the Giants in there going into it as well, right? We had the Giants, 49ers, and Browns, and I predicted that the Browns would be the first to get off the schneid. Instead, it was the Giants. So the Browns looking at me with a little crooked eye, aren't they? Like, hey, just leave us alone and let us play. Don't make any more predictions, man.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On first down, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. For Todd Gurley, we've mentioned it several times, but he is back. 3rd 100-yard game in the last 4 weeks after what he did against Jacksonville.
116 yards and 23 carries. Now, he didn't get into the end zone, but the big thing is that he's possessing the football and really breaking down defenses, and I think it bears repeating. Signing Andrew Whitworth at left tackle helped solidify that offensive line, and he's showing those guys how to be pros. And Todd Gurley's really benefiting from his leadership.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Rams add on to their lead. So they're going to go for 2. Out of the gun. Goff. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. So the try for 2, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Well, we got a second here before this next drive starts. It seems like every week we're talking injuries, and we had 3 quarterback shoulder injuries from this last week.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate because we're talking about some of the most recognizable players in the league. Jameis Winston really coming on as a young quarterback. Trevor Siemian, captain of the Denver Broncos, and won the job for a second.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Rams will get ready to go again on offense here in a second, but, you know, it's interesting. Instead of going back home after their game against Jacksonville last week, they stayed there in Jacksonville before heading over across the pond.
Yeah, they didn't want to make that trip back west and then have to come all the way back through essentially the same spot to get to London. I think it's a smart move on their part since they decided not to go immediately to London. So they'll get their workouts there, they'll find the facilities that they need, and then they'll head over for a big divisional showdown against the Arizona Cardinals.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley, and they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On the toss, it's Gurley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Rams add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs?
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic. Faking it. I can understand. You want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
My grandmother did the same. It smelled terrible. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game with
Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Let's go. Black 80.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. Again, it's Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
On third down, that's Bell. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go. No spacing. 26 Mike. 26 Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trumaine Johnson.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.